Hello, I am Rebecca Delph, also known as Lady Minty of the Evergreen Hearth, and I am holding the role of Hestia this year for Spring Mysteries. So, Hestia is the matron goddess of my coven, the Hearth, and it feels like putting on a glove for me right now. I've held many deities throughout performing in the mysteries, and to be holding Hestia this year, it's a huge honor to hold my matron goddess, but it also it feels like putting on a comfy pair of shoes. It feels right. I just knew. Um, I don't think anyone ever fully realizes that they're ready to hold a deity until it happens. Like in years prior, I've held deities that I never would have thought for myself, but it ended up being a perfect fit and exactly what I needed at that time. And with Hestia, it's no different. So, what has surprised me the most is I'm not spending a whole lot of time in the kitchen with her. I'm mostly focused into crafting with her. Um, right now, the big passion project has been sewing dresses for myself. And of course, the usual fiber arts, which you would normally think would be Athena's thing, but no, Hestia's like, we're gonna do this now. I'm just like, I mean, I got cookbooks for you. We can do that. Let's spin yarn. Okay, okay, whatever the lady wants. I mean, again, with her being my matron goddess, it hasn't really affected too much of my day-to-day life. There's a lot more sit-down family meals, which is always great and always a good way to end your day after work. But other than that, life has been pretty normal holding her. Again, because she's my matron, it's like I've been here the whole time. Don't mind me. I think that Hestia, being the goddess of home, she is someone who provides refuge and non-judgmental help to those who need it, and she's always a listening and comforting ear. I think that she is someone who you kind of have to experience it in order to really be able to put into words the contribution that Hestia brings to the story. She may not be there in the thick of things, but she's always there to see what she can do to comfort and what she can do to help. It's very much like big sister energy.
Sure. My name is Namir Laveau, and I am the votary of Hestia. And well, first I became the vessel of Hestia in 2021 on Online Mysteries. And it was the first vessel role that I was asked to hold. And she brought me a sense of grounding energy. She taught me how to focus on the work, to be able to create true magic from the home outwards. And so as her vessel, I really enjoyed that experience. And then over the following years, when we had other vessels coming up, I found myself in a mentor leadership role with them, supporting them on their journey as a vessel, making sure that they had what they needed. And we had a wonderful votary before myself, Phoenix Silverstar, who was doing this fantastic job of being a vessel, that she had other things in life that she was going to work on focusing on. And I felt that my sacred service in the HEC church, my sacred service in these temples, and my sacred service to the gods really lined up with Hestia. Hestia takes care of her entire family. That is her service. She takes care of the home, the family, makes sure everybody has a seat and has food on their table and drink in their cup. And so it really aligned with who I am as a person. And so when she needed a votary to step in and take over from Phoenix, I felt her calling me, and I knew that it was the right thing to do for her temple. And I continue to get endless amounts of spiritual nourishment from supporting the vessels year to year. All of the temples have different styles of how they work with the different deities. Hestia, I'm very hands-on with her. We are talking about what's going on in the home. We're talking about with the joys. For example, the current vessel right now is finding a joy in sewing, so I'm very present in encouraging the project, asking for the mysteries. I know every single piece of clothing and item in the temple in Hestia's temple, and so I'm able to provide all those resources to the new vessel. I'm able to provide research and discussion, and then access to our wider temple that has all the previous year's vessels who are now our votives. So I act as the high priestess in this temple space to weave all of our energies together so that the current vessel is able to hold that energy with as much love and light and support as she would need. Grounding. It has always taught me. I was Hestia as my first vessel role, and then I went on to be Hera, and that is two very different energetic areas. And so, I learned a lot while I was holding Hestia, but I learned even more from her while I was holding Hera, because anytime that I was too in my crown, I was too focused on big picture, I was up in the sky, Hestia would bring me back to my root chakra, put my feet in the dirt, cook a meal, and remember that, I have a human body that is going through this experience, and that we can gain so much power in grounding at the beginning, middle, of end of anything. Hestia does not have a ton of mythology, but what she does have speaks volumes. And so I think it's really beautiful, the temple system, that we have votaries that are carrying the wisdom, the energy, the stories, and specifically the epiphanies that the vessels go through every year. The votaries harvest and care for those epiphanies and carry it forward, so that when you, the pilgrim, are walking in to see Hestia, it is always going to be Hestia, the goddess. Now, it might be the facet through this vessel's energy that she's pulling, etc., but you will always feel that thread of the root of the temple running through her. Hestia is in every single home. She has never left us. She has gone from the caveman campfire all the way to the crock pot and the oven. And what I hope is preserved is the living hearth that is Hestia, that her fire will always be flaming anew, but I want the world to lean in closer to her warmth. And I hope that that is continued throughout the years.